Hey, welcome to Sam Finance. This is my very first video on this channel, and I'm gonna be talking about 5 books that you must read if you want to elevate your money game. I'm talking about things about investing, creating wealth, learning about what the share market is, day trading, all that good stuff. I'm gonna be talking about all that in this video. Also, quick note, don't mind this whiteboard here on the wall. I'm using my front-facing camera, so everything looks backwards as it is, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, first book we're going to be talking about is, and this is the main book that everyone who starts with entrepreneurship reads, and that is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, this book here is definitely the first book that I read that got me interested in things about making money and entrepreneurship and how money works and how the rich people make money. And it pretty much tells you about the 4 quadrants in life, that how you get from working into the side of business and where you earn money passively. So this is a really good book. Make sure you do read this book, as this is definitely a good eye and an ear opener as well to find out about entrepreneurship. So give this book a read for sure. Hey guys, just a quick side note here about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I know that this book sometimes receives a lot of hate. When I say it's a really good book, is to open your mindset to entrepreneurship. When you're starting to get into entrepreneurship, for example, it challenges traditional thoughts about working hard, saving money, getting a secure job, a 9-to-5, and it introduces the idea of making money work for you. So, you know, through investing and business, it opens your mind to the idea of like passive income and how to get money to work for you whilst you're sleeping. So that's what I mean by it's a good book to start. Key word, start. Okay? All right? So don't comment, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a bad. No, I already told you. Okay, moving on. The second book I'm going to be talking about is, if you're someone who has taken an interest in the stock market and shares investing, this book is definitely the Bible for all that. This is called Share Investing for Dummies. Now, this is a really good book to read. It's not calling you a dummy, but it just means everything is simplified. It's made easy to understand.
You tripping, bro. You tripping.
I know it's backwards. Just imagine it's the right way around. Yes, it's 500 pages of sauce, of game, of knowledge, talking about how share investing works, what is shares, what is a dividend, how to buy shares, how to analyze stock portfolios, all that stuff. And this is what we call fundamental analysis. This book goes through all that good stuff. Third book I'm gonna recommend for you guys is for my day traders out there, and I am one of them. When we now go into currencies and indices and foreign exchange, commodities, futures, we use what we call technical analysis. And this book right here is really good if you are looking to learn what technical analysis is and how it works. And this book is called Technical Analysis, again, for Dummies.
What you, bro? What the heck? You tripping, bro. You tripping.
Dummies not meaning you're stupid, but meaning that it is made easy to understand, because there's a lot of jargon out here that the financial professionals use that sometimes it just makes you wonder what the heck's going on. So, for example, it tells you all these about candlesticks, you know, a hammer or hanging man, what all that, or what you know, it talks about how to identify patterns, how to identify uptrend, a downtrend, upswing, consolidation, pips, points, you know, how to manage a trade, all that good stuff. And this is a really good book if you are especially learning day trading. I definitely recommend this book. This should be one of the first books you do read, as well as another one called Market Wizards, which I don't have. I have the PDF version. I'll put up on the screen. That's also another really good book that you should look into reading, getting some education on that. All these things you need to know if you're looking to day trade. If you don't know what these terms are, read this book before you even think about day trading, because you gotta know what you're doing and you gotta know what things mean. Otherwise, you're gonna be going into day trading blindly and aimlessly, and you're gonna be destined to fail. So educate yourself, get this book, Technical Analysis for Dummies. It will simplify things for sure. On the topic of trading as well, a really good book that you must absolutely read it, and this book is what single-handedly made me profitable. I don't have the physical copy, but I have the PDF and the audiobook, and that is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. This book is probably, I would say, the best trading book in the world. If there's a book that you must read, for sure, that is the #1 book that you should be reading. Obviously, you need to have understanding of the markets. So I'd say read this book first so you understand terminology and what the markets is and the techniques that we use, because we need to know what we're doing to make money. Once you now know all the terminology, what a pip is, points, moving averages, trend lines, candlesticks, once you know all that good stuff, then you will want to move on to the psychology of trading. Psychology of trading is what 90% of trading is. You might know what to do. You might study strategies. You might know all the terminologies. You might know bearish markets, bullish markets. You might know all the trend lines. You might know all the supply and demand zones. You might know there's so many strategies nowadays. If you don't know how to apply it and when to apply it and when to know that what you're applying is not working, then you'll never be successful. This is where 80% of traders get stuck. They do all this research, they do all this studying, they do all this. They think the more that they know about the markets and how they move, the better they are. And that's just simply not true. As discussed in the zone, you don't even need to know what's going to happen next to make money. You don't even have to have a high percentage of a winning ratio. If you have your psychology on lockdown and if you have it on point, you can even have an okay strategy and still make more money than someone who's got the best strategy, but their psychology is crap. So trading is 90% psychology, 10% strategy. The biggest reason why people fail, as Mark Douglas discusses in this book, is because they are trading with emotions.
Yes,
Bogdanov, he did it. He sold.
he sold. Activate Quantum Pump.
Now, when you trade with emotions, you're gonna be in a roller coaster of disappointment and a roller coaster of frustration. If you can't get your psychology on point, then don't even think about day trading. So that book is definitely the #1 book that I do recommend you guys go and have a read. If you're a trader or you're trying to get into trading or you've been learning about trading or you've got some strategy down and you've been testing it, read that book. Trust me, you will come back and thank me later, for sure. Now, the last book I'm gonna suggest is for my people who are into entrepreneurship. You wanna have a business or you wanna build a business. This book is really good. It's called Buy Then Build, and it gives you an alternative from not having to build a business from scratch. You can find businesses out there. There are plenty of businesses which are for sale that, let's say, an owner has been running that business for like 30, 40 years, and it's a good business. It's got great revenue, it's got great cash flow. It's just that he can't find anyone to pass it down to. He's got a lawn mowing company with 300 clients that he's been servicing for the past 20 years, but there's no visibility. I would recommend for those who can't really be bothered starting a business from scratch, but you might have some money to put down and you want to buy a business and then implement things into that business to make it bigger, and then you cash out later on. So it's pretty much flipping businesses, how you buy and flip cars. You can do the same thing with businesses. And this is a really good book for that, Buy Then Build. It tells you how to find these companies and what to do once you buy, and then how to grow them and add value into that company, ultimately for a big cash out. With that being said, these are the 5 books that I do recommend that you do have a read of. If you're looking to get into entrepreneurship, if you're looking to get into day trading, if you're looking to get into building businesses, these 5 books will definitely help you. Or if you're just interested, read all 5. It opens your eyes to see that there's opportunities everywhere around you. There's not just one way to making money, there's plenty of ways. So be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. If there's a video that you want me to make a video about, just let me know in the comment sections. Also let me know, comment down below which book you're gonna give a read. And when you comment down, I'm gonna follow up on you. I will follow up on you about the book if you've read it. Without further ado, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.